The first thing we'll look at is the syllabus. Most of my syllabuses are pretty standard and they're very, very similar. They may vary in assignments, in titles, in dates, but the layout is always typically the same. So what you're seeing here is the syllabus for the 2132, 1132, 1032. All the Linux classes would be very similar. It has contact information, course description. Now, this is one point. This is especially for the 1132 and 2132 students. You will need a computer that has at least 4 gigs of memory, for the class. And it should have 75 gigs of hard drive free space and internet access. Really important, we're building an enterprise level network here, so we need a computer that's robust enough to handle multiple virtual machines. If you don't have the memory, that's the key part. Go purchase some memory. It's pretty cheap right now. We'll be talking about the online book in a second. I don't have a textbook that you need to buy. You can read it free online through Safari. I'll show you how to do that. But of course, if you want to, go buy it off Amazon if you prefer a hardcover book. Perfectly fine with me. Grading information. There will be 3 exams and 12 assignments in the class. Other information, I'll let you read through this. What I want to discuss is this right here. So typical what a week will look like. And in these series of lectures for this week, we'll just be discussing getting you comfortable in the class. My class has multiple components. There's the YouTube sections where I post tutorials for students. There's live lectures that I give on Adobe Connect. If you've never been in one of my Adobe Connect virtual classrooms before, the easiest way to get there is just to click this link in the syllabus. After you click it, it will open up an Adobe Connect session and you'll be able to log in. There's a video that's coming up after this that goes over Adobe Connect. Just bookmark the video, the link once you get it going. I will have, as we go through, YouTube links here to the videos for that particular week's discussion. If you click on this link right here, what will happen is you'll be taken to a login page for something called Safari Online. What will happen is it'll ask you to put in your S number and the last 4 digits of your phone number to access Safari Online. If you're on campus, you don't have to worry about that. It's only when you're off campus that you actually have to log in. There's a link provided for you, so click on that link because it goes through the school's library, and that's how you as a student get access to this. This is a fantastic resource, by the way. If you've never used it before, you're going to fall in love with it. This is the book that we'll be using for the class, the primary book. There's actually 2 other ones that we'll be bringing in for different sections, but this is the primary book. And this book has lots of fun recipes about how to get up all these services that we'll be discussing. Now, if I close this for a second, if you go down to, let's say, next week and you click on any of these links right here, it'll take you directly to the recipe for that particular section. So if I click on this, installing CentOS in text mode, pop right to that section and you go through the recipe. Once again, we'll talk about actually going through the recipes later on in class. You have a nice menu over here. You can change information if you want to. You have some different settings that you can use up here. Let's go back up here. What you're going to need for the class, besides knowing how to get to the book, you're going to need to get the software that we use in the class. And everything you need as far as virtual software goes and the DVD that we'll be using for week 2's install is available here. Click on this and just follow the steps that are outlined here. Once again, there will be a video available for you to watch about actually installing it and setting it up. So you'll go here, click here, that will open up to Oracle's VirtualBox. You need 2 pieces of information here. You need the Oracle VirtualBox software and the extension pack for your operating system. Once you have that, you'll come back here, you'll download the DVD, which is for week 2, not for week 1. Don't just download it. And then there's 3 virtual machines that you need to download. This one right here is the main one we'll be using for configuration. The other two are troubleshooting machines. So once I have you set up a service like DNS, then I'm going to put you in scenarios where DNS is broken and you need to go fix it. And that's really where you will learn a lot of the skills you need for this class. So make sure you go through here, download all that information for the first week. Very important. And then the first thing you'll have to do is configure your repositories. Once again, there's a link here. If you haven't configured repositories before, go through here. Now, if you've never done any of this before, you're going to struggle in this class. I'm just going to let you know right now. But if you're game for it, you can stay in the class. You just have to pick up basic Linux skills. And what I would recommend you do is go over to my YouTube page for my 1032 class, which is available right up here, and go through as much of this as you can, especially when it comes to starting, stopping services, finding files and folders, run levels, basic information that you will need to have. Now, the one thing you really need to have in this class is a command line editor, which I'll be talking about later on. Very important skill. So after you have that done, the book will tell you to update your server. Do not update your server. You will update your server in week 2. So week 2, you're going to go through all these different installs and have fun. You can do whatever you want because we're not going to use these computers once you're done with installing them. What we'll be doing is using the class computer that I've built. So I do not want you to update it because it may break certain situations or scenarios that we'll be going through. Once you're done with that, you'll upload it in Canvas to me. Once again, there will be a video on that. Now, some of these videos will be discussing 1032. It does not matter. Canvas is really the same. Adobe Connect is really the same. Installing the software is really the same in all the classes. So regardless that they may be discussing 1032, just watch those videos and we'll go through it. And you and I will be meeting online the first day of class. I'll be sending out an email about that information. All right, well, that's a little introduction. There's more videos to come after this. Please watch them. The key, get the software downloaded before the class starts. It'll make things a lot easier. All right, thank you. Looking forward to the class.